Hello, everyone. Meteorologist Hutch Johnson joining you. Here's your evening update. The wind and the icy conditions are going to continue as we head into the overnight hours. Your forecast details are coming up right now. But first, a quick message from my friends at Robert Gibbons Sons. They have a furnace clean and check for $129. Give them a call today. Robert Gibbons Sons, over 120 years, over 100 years, I should say, of service. All right, let's take a look at what we have going on across the region. We're going to get a quick peek at the remaining watches, warnings, and advisories. Mainly, we have winter weather advisories across all of eastern North Dakota from Jamestown in the Devil's Lake Basin to the shores of Lake Superior. Wind advisories down in the southern half of the region. And these go in effect, or stay in effect, I should say, until 6 o'clock tonight. Winter storm warnings, though, out near the Great Lakes as the lake affects snow machine is beginning to get riled up, and it's going to last for the next 24 to 36 hours for much of the Great Lakes region as we go through time here. Now, let's take a look at what's going on that radar real quickly to get you caught up with that too. Now, on the radar, what we're going to notice here, is that we still have some bands of snow, but they're way out to the east, and we have snow squall warnings in parts of Wisconsin, something we dealt with today here in the Red River Valley. Got some questions about what a snow squall is. It's basically something we've all experienced plenty of times up here, but it's like a sharp, brief period of very gusty winds and snow that reduce visibilities. It's like a whiteout, and if you're driving, you need to know about it. And they can be life-threatening, particularly in times of high traffic, because somebody ahead of you could stop if they get into the blinding zero visibility of the snow, and that could cause a pileup. So we do have snow showers taking place. The UP of Michigan starting to see these fancy little bands of enhanced snowfall downwind from the big lake there of Lake Superior. Northern Wisconsin has a active a warning for a snow squall right now, just like we saw. The radar right now extremely quiet. Remember, we had this little band of snow here in the Red River Valley near Mayville. The Mayville radar having a hard time seeing much past the area or whatever. We do have some areas of probable snowfall. The farther we get from the radar site, if this is a snowflake here, the radar shoots up at an angle, and it can shoot up over the shallow clouds that we have in winter, and that can cause us with a little bit less reflectivities on the radar screen. Now, a couple of things that we are noticing right now. It's cold. Hey, Hutch forecast 8 degrees the last several days for your afternoon temperature in the Fargo-Moorhead area as we go through 4 o'clock. It's 9, not too far off 9 Grand Forks, 7 degrees up in Kitson County, 7 degrees for you folks up in Cavalier. It is 3 right now as we look out towards that Rolla area. And out to the west, it's 12 in Bismarck at this hour. And a look at those wind chills. It's nasty cold out there. This is one of those nights you do not want to get stranded by the roadside in your car. Make sure you have a survival kit handy because, tell you what, if your engine stops running, you got to keep everybody warm. So that includes hats, mittens, blankets, scarves, candles, and ways to light those candles, matches or lighters and such to stay warm. And get unstuck with some shovels and mainly some litter or sand in the car to help you get some traction. All right, again, temperatures as far as what it feels like outside between 10 and 25 degrees below zero in most of our locations right now. Fargo, as you're stepping outside, 14 below is what it feels like on exposed skin. Now, when we look around the area, we have had some significant temperature changes across the area, and I'm eyeballing where this graphic is that I had put together. Here we go. Here's a change in temps over the last 24 hours, and what you're noticing is some big time cold temperature changes making their way and impacts felt here across most of North Dakota and the Red River Valley. What do these colors mean? Grand Forks is about 15 to 16 degrees colder than yesterday at this time. Fargo is about 13 degrees colder. Look at this. Bismarck and Jamestown, 20 to 25 degrees cooler than this time yesterday, and it's almost 30 degrees colder than this time yesterday in and around the Minot area. So that's a temperature change in the last 24 hours across the region, and yes, it's definitely noticeable. So the main impacts as we go through the next 24 hours are going to be the wind will continue to keep the snow blowing over road surfaces. Some areas of reduced visibility will be a possibility. And again, icy travel conditions. So if you don't like traveling on this stuff, stay home, clear your cards off the road and just kind of stay warm and stay safe. Now let's take a look at this forecast, shall we? We're going to go right to the model here that shows us when the winds are going to taper off. Now, notice the isobars here. These isobars help meteorologists determine the change in pressure over the region. And if the change in pressure is a lot, if there's a big change in pressure, we'll see a lot of isobars in our area. So we have a lot of isobars, that's a lot of pressure change, and that's a lot of wind in a hurry. So we've got gusty north winds through the Red River Valley in Minnesota. The isobars are farther apart out to the west and central part of the state, and therefore wind speeds there likely significantly reduced. So as we set this into motion, as we go through your forecast period, what we're going to notice is that the winds are going to remain for many of us. Now, out to the west, we'll see a decrease in wind speeds, but look at the persistent winds across the Red River Valley and into Minnesota. Some in the valley, particularly just east of the Red River Valley counties, could see a decrease in winds as we go beyond the 10 o'clock hour and into midnight, but many models are showing that we continue to see some pretty brisk wind conditions right close to Fargo-Moorhead and particularly across most of Minnesota through the overnight hours. Nothing showing up on this system with regards to additional snowfall. That'll be minimal, but the blowing of snow will continue right into your daybreak. So here we go as we head into your morning hours. Then the wind dies down as we go into the morning hours. So we'll have a north breeze out there around 10 to 20 miles per hour, some decreasing winds, still gusty out in Minnesota with some areas seeing gusts through the overnight at up to 40 miles per hour. But by morning, we should all be tapering off a bit, around 20 mile per hour gusts. Coldest of the air core moves right over the Red River Valley, and that's where we're going to notice some mighty minimal temperatures. Now, there'll be a warm front pushing in from the west. That'll bring a chance for some nice showers of snow. Let me get to a model run that'll get us out just a little bit farther with regards to that. So as we go through our Thursday, there'll be a chance of a few flakes out to the west on the boundary of some warmer air trying to work its way in. Now, I think we may see a little bit more flurry activity than this model is showing. Why does Hutch gut tell him that? Pardon me, I'm listening to my gut. Okay, so what it's saying is that when we get south warm air blowing over the top of this cold pool with temperatures in the single digits to around 15 degrees, that's going to wring out any moisture in the air that we have in the form of snowflakes. So there could be some clouds and there could be some snow showers along our western North Dakota counties as we go through the day. Late on your Thursday and into Friday morning. Then a little Alberta clipper swings through out of Alberta and it works its way through the arrowhead of Minnesota. That could leave a few flurries here, but we have a series of clippers. We'll call it a train of clippers. Stay off the tracks. Some of these showers of snow could be quite on the heavy side. If you do have a question for Hutch, now's a great time to drop it. Hi, Rita. Good to see you. Looking on in the Bemidji area. Indeed, it's been cold, a cold, blustery day. Indeed, a lot of you have shared some fantastic photos with me, both by email, but I really appreciate those of you who take the time to upload the photos so that I have the permissions to share them with you. Good afternoon, Kathy. Marie, thank you for joining me as well, Brenda. Okay, let's take a look now then. As the winds are expected to die down into the day tomorrow, we got some forecast details for you. Let's get started with a look at your morning low temperatures. So winds will be breezy through the overnight hours in our eastern counties, and by morning we'll be more around those gusts to around 20 miles per hour. A very frigid morning. See the purple blob of air temperatures. Actual air temperatures between 5 below and 20 below in Manitoba, in areas near Brandon, Manitoba. Now, we could see some pretty frosty conditions if you're in places like Rock Lake, Walhalla, Langdon, and the Buffalo area, Walhalla area and Langdon. All right, now as we take a look at the warmer air starting to push its way in out to the west. Tomorrow afternoon, it's a great day tomorrow afternoon. I'm really looking forward to that. But the wind chills in the morning will be brutal. So with even 10 to 20 mile per hour winds, we're going to be pushing 15 to 30 below wind chills across the region. So that's going to be a cold start to your day. It won't last too long because the winds will be tapering off, and we should see at least some peaks of sun briefly before those clouds from the west start scooting in on your Thursday afternoon. But what happens on Thursday afternoon? Let me think. Oh, yes, it is time, and I cannot wait to introduce you to Corbin Johnson, tomorrow's Hutch's Weather Kid from the showroom floor at Luther Family Ford. Corbin coming from the Thompson Public Schools area. I can't wait to show you that video. Make sure that you're here at 4:30 tomorrow. So I'd love to have you cheer on Corbin and watch what he has in store for us with regards to our weather. Now, take a look at this. The afternoon temperature. I have 7 degrees as we go through the 4 o'clock hour and rising. So that's going to be the forecast. Your wind will be decreasing throughout the day. In the morning hours will be around 20 miles per hour from the northwest, but that'll decrease to around 5 miles per hour. We'll see some peaks of sun, but there will be passing clouds through our area as we go through the day. And I do think, as I mentioned, there'll be a chance for some flurries making their way into our western counties as this warmer air rises over the top of some cold slop that's in the trough here in the lowlands of the Northern Valley. That is your forecast for Thursday from Hutch. And again, not all the models are showing a decent chance of all of that snow shower activity, but it is going to be there. So 4 below on the thermometer in the morning, rising temperatures. Even after we see our afternoon temperature at 7, it rises overnight to around 15 degrees or so here in the Fargo-Moorhead area. Then as we go through the day, that thermometer keeps rising on Friday. Remember, there'll be a chance for a clipper to work through the Arrowhead of Minnesota, but not necessarily in our area. So that's off of the charts here. But as we go through, clipper number 1 on Saturday looks to affect our N or northern counties. And this was a light shot of snow. This is not a big system here. Now, the models have been really wavering back and forth on what's going to happen Sunday into Monday, but I do think we'll have an impactful system working its way through. A couple of days ago, it looked like a 3-shot of clippers. Then it turned into a clipper with a possible Colorado low moving through our area. Now it looks like we're going to have 3 clippers again here in the Northern Plains with that Colorado low staying to our south, well to our south. It's still changing its mind. My confidence is very low in the solution, but I want you to keep your eyes on the forecast as we warm up. Temperatures will be in the 30s on Saturday and on Sunday. Sunday, clipper number 2 moves through with a mix of precipitation in our northern counties. That system will skirt along the international border. So northern Minnesota will not only warm up, we'll have a chance for some wind and some snow showers to follow. Then clipper number 3 will be more robust as it works its way through. And it looks like to me our Minnesota counties could see significant snow from this system. We may see some significant snow system in areas of the valley. I will keep you posted, but nonetheless, it's another day where Hutch is forecasting, morning temperatures in the 20s to near 30 degrees. And then as you go out the door on Monday, the thermometer drops. And when you drop a thermometer, sometimes they break all the way down to 9 degrees as we keep falling into Tuesday. Then temperatures, as we go into a colder day, Tuesday and Wednesday, will hover in the teens for the most part. Can't rule out a renegade flake or a cloud on your Wednesday hump day of next week. So nasty wind chills Thursday morning is the bottom line, then decreasing wind. We'll have a fast-moving clipper train coming your way. Stay off the tracks. All right, that's a look at the weather as we know it right now. BA, good to have you on board as well. Rita, thanks for sharing. I love it when you guys tag your friends on these videos. Let's take a look if there's any other questions out here. Otherwise, I am going to get busy. Heard of an accident on Highway 59, Erskine today before noon, the money truck that flipped. Yep, we had a story on that from iNews. I posted that on my page over on Facebook. So yes, indeed, iNews was all over that. That's no fun. Icy roads. You just have to slow down. Let's take a look at the latest road reports, shall we, together? Again, to do that, one of the goodest places or most best really nice places to go is Hutch's Weather at hutchesweather.com. When you do visit hutchesweather.com, there's some new features for you, and I want to advertise these to you if you haven't seen Hutch in a while. Number 1, you can peruse the road conditions right here. I want Hutch's website, hutchesweather.com, to be a one-stop experience for your weather information. You've got the interactive radar. Not a lot of snow here. It's shipping out toward the Great Lakes as the lake effect snow machine takes hold. Now, when you take a look at the road conditions on hutchesweather.com, you're going to have and be presented with options for what states you want to see. So when you click on the link right here, we'll click on it. Bink right now. Now you're going to see North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, Iowa, Colorado, Manitoba, Montana. All of our regional states are here. Here's the latest on the North Dakota road reports. We're checking this out right now, and this is available to you anytime on any device, even your cellular device, your laptop, whatever you're on. Go to hutchesweather.com. It's right there. Now, when we take a look at this, you're going to see that we do still have areas of difficult travel. No travel advisory remains in effect in the Walhalla and Langdon zones of the Highway 5 corridor through parts of northeastern North Dakota. All of the purple that you see here, the no travel advisories for Grand Forks, for Mayville, and for the Fargo area have been dropped but a travel alert remains. Things are still mighty icy. Let's look up north of Grand Forks on the I-29 corridor. This is up near the Bozeman area as we head towards Pembina. Still some blowing snow out there with gusty winds. Very hazy. You can barely see the line of trees out there as the ground is really blowing some snow and still drifting that snow. Now, as we look here in Langdon, oh my goodness, it's still really rough. We've got, these are called pillow drifts. Nope, don't lay your head on those puppies, but as you're driving through them, they can be no fun at all. And this is just slapping the road with snow that vehicles would be driving over and packing down on the surface. A little farther to the east of Langdon here, things are looking a little better, but we still have some, wow, sunshine in the sky. But look at that. We do have the snow still blowing over the road's surface. So that is a look in and around the Pembina area. Let's see what's going on as you go down near Cavalier. There's some hills there. Wow, you can see the sunlight at the top of the screen. The hills don't look too awful bad there. So things are improving on some of the Highway 5 corridor. In the Grand Forks zone, a quick peek for you, showing you that we still have some slippery conditions on area roads as illustrated by the colors you see here. Purple roads means some areas of snow-packed and slippery conditions. Those continue right down into the Fargo-Moorhead area as we take a look at I-29 and 94 interchange here. It's not this snowy out right now, but we certainly do have some I guess some schmutz on the camera lens there. We might want to get some Windex and no, don't do that. But at any rate, there's definitely some slippery road conditions. Normal travel conditions are returning to the rest of North Dakota where you see the greens here. That's good news. Now let's click on the Minnesota button here, shall we, together? Click, there we go. And now we're going to check from hutchesweather.com what's going on. Anywhere you see blue roads have some snow on them, so keep that in mind. The pink roads are, well, completely covered with snow. And the purple roads are just downright icy. You can always check the legend right here. But again, we'll scroll down to the bottom. And travel is not advised in area of purple roads. No travel advisories then are extended for areas here near Grand Forks to Crookston along that Highway 2 corridor. We can see the snow drifting over the top. Breaks in the clouds out there is a sign of some cold air to come tonight. So we are right on board with that particular forecast there. That is a look at the road conditions across our region. We still have some rough and tumble weather, but most of the squall type of systems, the snow squall systems, are on their way out of the region. Thank you so very much for watching Hutch's Weather. Let me just double check and make sure I don't have any other questions to address. Otherwise, I want you to be safe, stay warm. Tune in tomorrow for Hutch's Weather Kid from Luther Family Ford. And by the way, if you do want to sign up to be a Hutch's Weather Kid, well, you can do so if you're between the ages of 9 and 18. And you can do so right here on Hutch's Weather. So if you go to the main page or the home button here and you scroll down just a little bit, you'll see the button for Hutch's Weather Kid. This is where you can watch the videos of all the fine and brave young folks who have, well, dared to help Hutch do the weather. Could you help me out? I really need the help. It's kept me busy all day. Once you click on the Weather Kid button, you can see the latest videos, or you can, right behind my melon here, click there. Sign up. Sign up today. I'd love to have you on. And if your name is drawn, well, you also are awarded some wonderful gifts from myself and my sponsors over at Luther Family Ford. All right, that's good enough for now. We will keep our eyes on this system. Again, don't travel if you don't have to. Conditions are still pretty rough and tumble out there. And we'll see you very soon. Shoot, I'm 18 plus, says Brenda. I get it. I have a lot of people asking about helping Hutch do the weather, and that would be kind of fun. All right, that's a look at your forecast. I'm Hutch Johnson. Check out hutchesweather.com. Let me know what you think in the comments below. You can please follow me on Facebook. That does help. Go to my Facebook page and click the follow button. Indeed, that does help. I've seen over 1,000 new followers in the last couple of weeks. That's awesome. And I'm so proud of you, and thank you. That really means a lot. Subscribe on YouTube, and we'll talk again very soon.